Jessica and Vincent, along with their parents, Joe and Lori,
would like to welcome their new addition to the family, Nicholas and Joseph,
born on Tuesday, March 21st, 2000.
weighing 7 pounds 15 ounces.
Proud grandparents are Vincent and Ida Petrunti and Ennio and Maria Finocchi.
Thanks to Dr. Murray and all the staff of St. Joseph's Hospital.
Hi, my name is Joe Petrunti, Nicholas's dad.
My name is Lori. I'm Nicholas's mom, and I want to tell you a little bit about when I was pregnant and the birth of Nicholas.
Nicholas, what can I say about Nicholas?
So he was our third child. I had a little girl named Jessica who was 6 years old and a little boy named Vincent who was 3 years old. Then we found out we were expecting a third, and we found out he was a little boy. We were so excited about baby number 1 and baby number 2, and we definitely wanted another baby. The excitement of finding out that we were pregnant again was, we were ecstatic. I had a good pregnancy with him, but unfortunately we had to have a C-section with him. But it was a planned C-section, so it was neat because we got to pick the day and kind of the time, coordinate it with the doctor. So we picked March 21st, 2000, which was the first day of spring. We want to make sure we had the C-section the week before you were born, because what happens if you know you're going to have a C-section, you don't want to go into labor. So if you wait till the day, I think you were due on March 28th. So if we waited till then and I went into labor on my own, it would have been worse, because then I would have had to have emergency C-section. So the doctor goes, let's pick a date a week earlier so that we know, you're not going to go into labor. A C-section is less painful than going into labor, especially when it's planned. I say, if it's not planned, sometimes it's terrible because you go through the labor pains and then you have to have a C-section. The difference though between a C-section and giving birth the other way is with a C-section, it's basically surgery. You have a cut. So for 6 weeks you have to be very careful. You can't lift more than 10 pounds, you can't vacuum, you can't do anything. Where if you don't have a C-section, even though it's painful, once you give birth, you're pretty much, might be a little bit sore for a day or so, but then you're good to go.
On that day, I drove to the hospital, as I did with the other 2 children.
I was totally awake through the whole C-section, so aware of what was going on.
There was like a barrier that went from my wife's stomach and the back, where the doctors and nurses were working on the C-section, and I was keeping my wife comfort on the other end. And, I wasn't really privy to see, and nor did I want to see. I was a little bit scared to what was going to happen.
Anyway, he came along, and it was very, very exciting, and my 2 kids, the other 2 kids, came to the hospital to see him.
When Nick was actually born, they brought him around this wall, and that's where I got to meet Nicholas for the first time.
We knew we wanted to name him Nicholas.
We had many discussions on what name we were going to choose. We had books, and then we finally narrowed it down to Nicholas.
If he was going to be a girl, we had picked the name Selena.
And I think it was to do with the singer, Selena, because we liked that name, and then that she had that tragic death.
He has 2 middle names. His first middle name is after my dad, Ennio, and his second middle name is after his dad, Joseph. It was really neat being pregnant in 1999, knowing we would give birth to him in 2000. It was a very special year with Millennium babies, and wondering what would happen on January 1st with the power.
That year, the world was supposed to end.
I was pregnant with 2 other cousins at the same time, and we went to a New Year's Eve party.
Right at midnight, the friend had disappeared. We didn't know where he was, and the little bugger, hit the breaker on the house.
We were all freaking out. Oh my God, the power is off. And who knew what else was going to happen?
And here we are, all freaking out in the house that we had lost the power, and it was all because of the year 2000.
Having my third child was, it was easier in a way. We weren't as nervous. When you bring home your first baby, you're so scared. Oh my God, it's crying, oh my God. You don't know what to do, but by the time you get to your third, you're more laid back and you don't worry about things. So in essence, it was a lot easier and therefore more enjoyable because you knew what to expect. And I had a little girl and a little boy at home. One was excited that I was having another baby, and one wasn't. Obviously, the little girl, she was excited. It almost takes her mother instinct came in and wanted to hold you, wanted to feed you, and was very, very excited to have you. Where my son, who was only 3, at that age he was like most 3-year-olds, everything is mine, and he was into like trains and puzzles and Legos, and he thought bringing a baby home and eventually you would start to crawl and you would go and wreck all his Lego pieces and put his train in your mouth, and so he wasn't excited. It was cute because when we brought you home, he set up all his toys were set up on the kitchen table so you wouldn't reach. He had his train set there, he had puzzles there, he had Legos there, so that you wouldn't wreck anything. But eventually, as you got out of the crawling stage and started walking and things got better, you would actually play together when there wasn't as much of an age gap. But it is actually more enjoyable because you're a little bit more laid back with them. Oh well, the soother goes on the ground. I remember with my daughters, oh my God, let's put it in we got to boil it and disinfect it. And by the time Nicholas came along, the doctor was, they're going to pick up all these germs. So it's like, put it in his mouth, he'll live. It'll make him better and stronger. No matter whether you have one baby or 10 babies, they're all just all as special, and they're just all a miracle.